our channel. Thank you so much for joining us for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take a look at a biomass facility in Central Valley, California. Here they take wood waste and they turn it into electricity, but where does that wood come from and how do they manage it? Now there are three primary sources of fuel that a biomass facility can use. The first is agriculture. Now regardless of where you've lived across the country, I'm sure you've driven past rows and rows of trees. And when a farmer needs to get rid of those trees, they have a couple of options. One of those is to burn it, releasing those pollutants into the air. Another option is to recycle it at a biomass facility. Our second source of fuel is urban. So when a house is ready to be demolished or new construction is being built, that wood waste that's left over needs to go somewhere, and it can be recycled at a biomass facility. And the third source of fuel comes from forest management. When local government agencies and contractors are properly managing forests, there's waste wood, and that needs somewhere to go. After the fuel has been sourced, it is then shredded and brought to the facility via truck and trailer, and it resembles something like this. Once on site, truck drivers park at the scales and make their way to the scale house, where they will deliver their paperwork to the attendants. While waiting for their paperwork to be approved, they can look at the rules and regulations to make sure they're in compliance with all facility rules. Once their paperwork has been approved by a technician, thank you, the truck driver can make their way on site and discharge their cargo. After the truck's weight has been verified, truck drivers have a couple options on how to offload the fuel. One you can see behind me, an industrial-sized truck tipper, where truck drivers will back their truck up a ramp and it'll be hauled 80 feet in the air, and the fuel will be taken by gravity down a hopper. Once the fuel is in the hopper, drag chains pull it up into a conveyor system where it heads off to the fuel yard.
Now this is where the fun begins.
Each day, hundreds of thousands of tons of fuel are delivered to the facility. This plant utilizes a combination of dozers and tractors to spread the fuel around and manage the yard.
As you can imagine, it takes quite the machine to move this much fuel every single day. Just to show you a comparison of the size of the equipment, I'm currently standing in the bucket, and I would swear this is larger than a New York apartment. Capable of moving over 100,000 pounds with a single bucket, the Cat 834 Kilo supports 500 horsepower and just under 21 foot-pound of torque. It's a sheer beast out here on the field. Now, if the trucks don't want to go up the tipper, nothing wrong with not wanting to go 80 feet up in the air. If they're equipped with a special trailer that has essentially a conveyor inside, then what they can do is they can walk it off in the field. Basically, they'll back the trailer right up to the fuel yard, they'll start actuating the conveyor, pushing the fuel off to the edge, and they'll slowly drive a little bit forward to make more room, essentially dropping the fuel off right where the trailer sits. Now, regardless of how the fuel gets to the yard, whether it be trailer drop-off or the truck tipper, we need to manage it appropriately so that it's not a hazard. How do we do that? If you look across the field here, this represents about 2 weeks worth of fuel. It's only 2 weeks, which is why we've spread it out thin across the entire field. Normally, we break this into 2 cells. Cell is kind of like a woody mountain, so to speak. We try to have these represent at least 30 to 40 days worth of fuel. We will have one cell that we're eating away from, feeding the plant, as the tractors are building the second cell. Now please bear with us. I know the lighting's not the best, but it is 94 degrees. We're still trying to teach you something.
Now that you've seen where we source the fuel, how we get it on site,
And how we manage it in the yard,
join us next week to see how we transport it 115 feet in the air.
you can rest assured too, it's not by bucket.
Thank you so much for watching.
See you next time.
Hello everyone, and the final piece is, I forgot. So once on site, oh wait.
Stay tuned for next week's video where we make our boss haul it up with buckets. All by himself.
Oh man, okay.